We're back. I'm back in the UK. Feels good to be back. Kedge is there. You're UK.
Hello.
But Sach is still in the Dubai.
Hello.
Hello.
Has he moved there? There's so many rumours flying. Sach has left the Brownload. He's gone to Dubai now to move. Is he living there? Is he gone to make Is he gone to become like the CEO of Harry Daddy? What is that? What's going on? Why are you still out there?
Well, it's nothing to do with the hairy daddy, but I mean, do you know what? I leave it to Tommy because he kind of spent 2 days with me out here. Like, I know we had the Brownload quiz, but do you know what? In a weird sort of way, it was nice that it was here. Gutted, KJ, you weren't here because it would have been nice for the 3 of us to be here. But he kind of saw my Dubai world in a weird sort of a way.
I absolutely did. Let me tell you something. There's a different Sach. There's a Sheikh Sach. Right? I went over there. He had the full white robe. He had the whole outfit.
Because only locals are allowed to wear that uniform.
Right. Yeah. And people coming up, they're bringing they're bringing babies to him. He was touching the baby, blessing him. That he was giving Ashirwad for couples getting married. Yeah. He was like, no. I tell you what, I said to Sach. Firstly, Sach was because it's obviously him and his brother are based. His brother's based over there, so he's got. You go over so regularly. I mean, people who listen to this podcast will know that Sach is like, "I'm in Dubai next week. I'm in Dubai next week." Is like the most common phrase on the Brownload. But he is comfortable there, Kedge. When he's walking around, he knows the roads, the cabs. Even firstly, I've got lots to say about the Dubai thing, but like even the flight. Sach booked my flight seats and all that, and then book me in. What's the word? Check me in online. And he goes, on the way out there, I think you should have the road to yourself. Yes, I did. I had the road to myself because of the way in which Sach booked it, the seat that he got me put the seat in the middle, and then no one booked either side, and he knew the timing to do it. And I love shit like that. I love it when when you go to a shop and you go, no, you got to queue up on this side, or when you go Alton Towers, do this. When you get there, then you ask for the upgrade because that's when when they give it and get it. All those little tricks of life. Sach was down with it in Dubai, so he knew all the area, and then obviously I came in on a night flight, so I was there in the morning. In the hotel, had a little cheeky power nap. Then he picked me up for lunch, and we went for lunch, and can I just say I just had a lamb biryani on the plane. So I'd had a Emirates lamb biryani. Yeah, Emirates, whoever is cooking that food, I salute you. It was delicious. And then on the way back, by the way, I had the butter chicken on the plane.
Oh, how was that?
Delicious. Ooh. Yeah, and I'm like, they've got their techers down. They're done, Emirates.
That's my meal on Thursday when I'm flying back, by the way. I just had a look
the butter chicken, brilliant. The butter chicken can't go wrong. What was the veggie option? I can't remember what it was now. I didn't even consider it. I said butter chicken. Huh?
Just the butter.
Just the butter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Butter, no chicken.
Just a tikkie of butter. That's it. Yeah. And a spoon.
Yeah.
Go for it. It's good for your skin. But I had the munch. And then obviously, I hadn't really slept properly in the plane. I might have just paid for the business lounge access. It was a normal flight, but the lounge access. So I might have had 3 or 4 drinks and some snacks in the lounge before I got on the plane. And then an hour or two later, I had the lamb biryani. Then not really slept on the flight. I watched something. I can't remember. It'll come back to me in a minute. And then when I landed, checked in, had a little power nap, and then Sach goes, "Let's have lunch." I thought, "Oh my God, I feel like I've just eaten a minute ago." And then he took me to a place where we had the
Lebanese, food. Al Beiruti.
Okay. Well, route tera mastana, because Beirut was hit the spot. We got there and I said, "Sach, you know what? I ain't hungry, bro. I've eaten so much. Plus my back was really hurting me from all the traveling and running around. It was hurting anyway." I said, "No." I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'll probably just have a salad." The gluttonous Sandu came out. Got there. We had a falafel portion to share. We had the hummus with the breads. We got the fattoush salad, which was delicious. I'm sorry. Fattoush, there's something about it. It just hit with those little crispy bits that they had in it as well.
It's that pomegranate juice, mate, on the salad. That's what
molasses.
does it.
Molasses.
That's it.
And then we had that, and then we had the mains, which was a mixed shawarma, chicken and lamb mixed jobby with the breads. I was like, "What am I doing eating this, man?" Then I went back and
you were the one that was like, "I'm not going to eat." He goes, "I'm going to come to the mall." He goes, "I'm not going to eat anything." He goes, "Let's just walk around, and if we, feel like eating something, then we just went full blown restaurant, sat down, ordered all this food."
But Kedge, you might be able to appreciate this. Their hummus, bruv, it was like cream.
Yeah.
You know, like when
it's proper. It's not.
It's not Tesco stuff. It's not the
It's not the Marks and
Tesco.
Spencer's rubbish that you guys are all eating here.
No, it was velvet. It was velvet,
proper,
hummus, lush, and you run your thing for it. Honestly, it was like ice cream, almost like that kind of soft ice cream texture.
Yeah.
So I had that. Had all that, and then think, right, we're going to go back home and all that kind of stuff, right? I went back to the hotel, chilled out for a bit, and Satch goes, meet up with my brother, come to my brother's house, come see the family, come do all that stuff, and obviously my back was hurting, so I got to Satch's brother's house, and I just lay on the floor. I was on his rug in the lounge, lying on the floor, and actually, can I tell you something? It was such a lovely homely home because it was, they got the kids they were there, and it was nice to be on that side of Dubai. To see the family side, because you whizzing out a place like Dubai and it's all like business and hotels or whatever it might be, but it was just nice. I just sat on his floor, laid out, stretched out my back, chitter chatting away, and I realised I was happy with that. My belly was already full, but then we went for another meal. Can I say, by the way, to all the people that were messaging me, I'm not Satch's little bitch. I want to make that very clear.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but it was like you'd booked me for the weekend, and I was there, and I was getting all these messages going, "Oh, make sure Satch takes you there. Make sure Satch takes you there." I went, "Listen, I'll take myself where I want to take myself. I don't need no man."
I didn't want to take you anywhere. What do you mean?
Huh? Yeah, you did. Well, you did. You booked the lunches and you booked the dinners, and you did take care of everything.
To be fair, I was going for lunch anyway. I was just seeing if you wanted to come.
Yeah, but. Okay, whilst I might have felt like a little bit like Julia Roberts, and he was my Richard Gere, right, in Pretty Woman, right? Like I'm at his beck and call. There was no acts performed on the sofa. I just want to make that quite clear. But I was like, but people are like, I got about 10 messages saying, "Oh, make sure you check out this place, a roti place as well."
Do you know what?
Which we didn't get to check out.
We didn't check out. I'll tell you why that happens, because every time everyone goes to Dubai, mostly Brownload listeners will message me and be like, "Oh, what shall I check out? Where shall I go? Where shall I go here for dinner? What about here? Shall I check this out? Shall I go here?"
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So I think the people know that, if you're going to go to Dubai, hit me up, because I will put you in touch to go somewhere nice.
Well, and then your brother and his business partner, Kiz, lovely guy, and Satch and myself, the four of us, then went for dinner, which felt like about 2 hours after we just had lunch.
Lovely.
No, you went for a swim and everything in the middle of that. Remember, we were sat outside.
I went for a swim and a sauna steam. And, well, that was my attempt to kind of do a bit of hajaming. Hajam. What do you call hajam?
Yeah, hajam. Yeah. Digestion. Digest it.
Hajam. I bet yours is.
No.
You don't know? Oh, Kedge, look at that.
No, so I think it is.
Yeah, kana hajam ho gaya? Like, is your food digested?
That's the word.
Bachigi.
Oh, bachigi. Yeah, because I've heard bachdi nahi, like it's not, like the food's still sitting there.
Doesn't digest.
Yeah. So that's just bachdi sounds like quite a Punjabi word. I'm just saying.
Sounds like instead of kon nachdi, kon bachdi.
Kon.
Yeah.
Balle pachdi, kon pachdi, shama pachdi, shwama pachdi. I got the shwama wasn't pachdiing from the lunch. But anyway, I was like a soldier because I'm a team player, bro. I'm a team player, Kedge. I went for the mixed grill, and we went to a place called Hashmi, and it was D and Rav actually from Punjabi Hit Squad who messaged me and went, "Make sure Satch takes you takes you to Hashmi." And we went past a lot of places. This place was live. Like there was a buzz. It's where all the locals were. It's where all the desis were.
It's like being in India.
The grills were flying. The open kitchen, the sizzler. You see all the marinade on the paneer, the marinade on the chicken. It was like loads of like that kind of orangey, yogurty marinade. They're grilling it all up. There's sizzle smells coming out. Honestly, Hashmi gets my full endorsement.
I never forget.
We had just one critic. We had those fire prawns. My mouth filled with water again. These prawns, Kedge, in this sauce. Forget the prawns. It was a tomato-y, spicy sauce. As I was having it, I just thought, Kal nu pata lagna hai. This is going to make a reappearance tomorrow. It didn't.
It didn't.
It's soft. It's soft food out there, man.
Clean.
So it was a whole food. Beautiful food, 24 hours.
And do you know what? We were walking into dinner, Kedge. This guy was like, I'm so full. We walked through the door. He smelt the aroma of the restaurant, and he goes, I'm hungry again. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. I'm eating.
Exactly. And it was great. You know, when you like, look, I'm very rarely do I get to kind of travel to abroad places, no wife, no kids, no nothing. So I'm like, yeah, you know what, screw it. I'll go into a bit of a food coma, I'll go back to the hotel. I'm only going to go sleep after this. I ain't got to put the kids down, sort their clothes out for tomorrow or any of those kind of chores you got to do. So I'm just me, myself and I. And it was wicked. At the hotel that I was at, the sauna, steam room, swimming pool was on my floor. So it's, you know, like, it was like I was living my best life. And I'll never forget, I was trying to point out a couple of things that I made a note of. I love that feeling when you first come out of the airport and the heat of Dubai hits you.
Oh,
and you're like, oof. It's just everywhere. It's like the whole air is filled with like a warm candy floss. You know, like you could feel it all around your face and body. And it's that. But a lot of the taxi drivers are desi. My taxi driver drove like he was still in Karachi, drove like he was still in Lahore, Punjab, India, Pakistan, wherever he was from, because he was running right up to people's chitter and then going around them and beeping his horn. Like, and actually, people weren't driving like that. And I'm like, no, you're wrong, mate. Yeah. You've brought Desi vibes to Dubai. No one else is driving like this.
You're gonna kill me.
Yeah, it was actually a little bit scary, but it was great. It was great trip. But now onto the quiz. So we did the quiz night. And honestly, lovely. It was sold out, packed, loads of people that were everyone, 98% were all from the UK. So these are all Harrow, London, West London, East London, Leicester, Birmingham, Manchester, Wolverhampton.
Were they all holiday in there? Or
no. Working over there now.
Living.
These are converts. They've converted to the Dubai life. And you know what, bruv? I'm going to say it. This is my observation. They all looked well. Off, well in their skin, well in their happiness, well in their energy levels. They're living a good life and they're earning all their money. There's no tax. Honestly, I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, I think we made a mistake here. I think, you know what? I looked at them like they were like the new freshies. So the freshies obviously left, we know my parents and that, left India, came to the UK, making money, you know, doing things over there, and you're like, and there are people in India like, wow, what an amazing life they live in the UK. I'm looking at the Dubai lot kind of going, you've left us in the bin. You've left us in the bin and you've come.
That's a good way of putting it, actually, the new freshies. So anyone I meet in Dubai now, that's from you, and be like, you're a freshie.
Yeah, the fresh princes and princesses of Dubai.
I like
they
that.
were but look, so lovely crowd, loads of people like coming up. Oh, we listen to on the radio. We love the Brownload. Where's Kedge? We love the Brownload. Where's Kedge? Is Kedge here? I went, no, it's just me and Sach. So you were missed, Kedge. And I'm going to say it genuinely, and I'm very rarely am I nice about Kedge. So just please someone make a note of this. I said it today on this day, and that's it. I probably won't happen again. But I was like, you know, when Sach is on the decks, I'm out on the floor, and I thought, if he was here, you'd be bopping around with me. You might have your drink with me. Yeah. You know, we don't go crazy on the drink. Just have a couple. Let's get into the vibe. And you would have loved it, Kedge. You would have loved it. We were in a Mexican restaurant. They were serving all these beautiful like tacos and spicy stuff. All the kind of, you know, the sangrias coming out with the salt around the glass and the heat's there. And it was just, I don't know, it was just a vibe. I really enjoyed it. And then what I will say about those Dubai lot, they are just itching to dance. So in between the rounds, when we did the quiz, Sach plays one tune, bang, everyone's up, dance floor's going. Then I've got to come back in like the kind of auntie, no, stop, sit back down.
That's difficult to manage, isn't it? That's difficult to control that.
Yeah, no, but they were cool. But they were looking at me like, like,
well, we had the quiz to get through, innit? What do you want me to do? But it was nice because, you know what, they were just happy, like in terms of listening to the songs. And they were just getting up to dance because everyone was just in a good mood. It was nice.
And by the way, talking about having a quiz to get through, Kedge, I think if you were there, you wouldn't have told me off like Sach told me off. He told me off.
Oh, what did I do?
Oh.
You don't remember?
No.
Round 1. Yeah. General knowledge.
Oh, right? Yeah, I know what he
I've got it. Okay. I've got the questions on my phone.
Kedge, I think you tell him off as well for this.
Right. There's 10 questions for round 1 general knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Real general questions. We're just going through them. But the way it was on my phone, there was a page breaker because it's in a Word document on my phone. There was a page breaker after question 8. So I didn't move it on past the line to look that there was a 9 and 10. Yeah. Classic exam technique. I say it to Milo all the time. Make sure you look at the back of your exam paper. You know, make sure you understand the whole of the question. So, and I stopped at question 8. I went, right, done. You know, that round's done. Swap papers. Everyone swap papers with the table next to them so they start marking them. And as I looked up, And Sach just looked at me. He was from behind the decks because he's playing little clips of music and things like that out. And he went, bruv, there's 2 more questions. There was 2 more questions. And I went, like that. And he went, forget it now. Just concentrate, will you? I was like, okay. So I got focus. That's it. Not concentrate. Focus. Right. And that was it. And you know when you feel like, man, I've had 1 drink. That is nothing to do with that. It's just because I'm stupid. Like, don't get it mixed up with that. But I'm like, I am focused. And then you're like, you're like, okay. And then I was going through the rounds. I'm checking everything. I'm looking ahead. I'm making sure I don't miss no music clips.
Clearly needed it, innit?
But that was good. It was an early little lesson. Sometimes you need a little early stumble.
Yeah.
And then we got for it. But Sach was a bit serious and telly-offy because he had a lot. He was effectively, him and his brother and his mate were doing everything. The answer sheets, the scores, the bar, the packages that they're selling of drinks and stuff are going down. And so then, they're running around. What they don't need is the quiz host to go, oh, was there 2 more questions? I didn't realise, isn't it? So I had to then go, all right. Let me step up and just do my bit.
But it was fine. The rest of it all went well. It all went well. Yeah.
And everyone in between the rounds were coming up and telling me all their memories of the radio show and the podcast. It was honestly, it was great. It was like home away from home. I want to genuinely thank anyone who was there because you made me feel, and me just feel so welcome. So your brother as well, Sach.
Sure,
it was just, it was amazing.
Well, I mean, we're already looking at the next one. So, Kedge, you better have your diary handy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Maybe we need to work Kedge into the format. Like, there's an item number, like a Malaika.
I was going to say,
so he can come out.
Because I'm already there.
He can do all of the item number songs, and then everyone has to guess what the song is.
Aurora Kedge.
Yeah. Nora Fateh, belly dance, Kedge.
Eat your heart out.
Yeah. So that's what was going down over the weekend. And then can I do my little bit of like it? It's been busier than it's ever been for me because I did a show the day before we went out. Then I went out on a night flight. Then we did the Dubai quiz. And then the quiz, I left the quiz at about 1:30 in the morning. And I was in a taxi at 6 a.m. So 2-3 hours sleep by the time I got back. And then came back, did 2 shows, one in Luton, one in Harrow. Harrow sold out. It's unbelievable with Richard Blackwood. Then another show on Sunday. And it's now Tuesday. We're recording this podcast. I'm still so achy. Literally, I've been going around kind of going, I'm too old for this now. That's it. I am
You're not,
too old to
You're
work
not.
at
You're
this
not
place.
at all. Not at all.
I feel it.
Never too old.
You feel the fatigue of it.
Never too old.
That's what's going over the weekend. But so I'm having a bit of a recovery week, and then back on it at the end of the week. But what have you been doing then, Kedge? Whilst we've been sunning ourselves in Dubai, and a few people have said, by the way, I've got a bit of colour. I've topped up the tan from Thailand.
Again, topped up from Thailand. Yeah. No, I mean, obviously not as wild and exciting as you guys. While you've been having the most gourmet food out in Dubai, I would say that I've had the worst salad that was probably available in Britain actually, and I was shocked because I went.
You can't get a salad that wrong.
I mean,
well, that's what I know, but it was just like. So I went to this place called Yoke. I don't know if you've heard of it. One of these sort of chain places.
Yo sushi, like yo. Yeah.
No, but Yoke. Y-O-L-K.
Yoke. Y-O, the under yolk.
Yeah. So they do sandwiches. They do salads. Yeah, it's a bit. I was going to say bougie, but it's not that bougie. I mean,
it's one of these kind of modern breakfasty places, brunchy places.
Yeah, brunch, lunch. It does all of that kind of stuff, right? And I always go for this. They do this like sort of bang mushroom sandwich, which is really nice, spicy, and it's £7. And I thought, you know what? I was going to order that actually. That's why I went there because that's the only thing I eat from there. But I saw the salad that was there.
Sorry, I need to know because what is in a bang?
A mushroom.
So it's mushroom, but it's got like some sort of slaw, which is like like that kind of like Szechuan flavour slaw and all of that kind of stuff. It is really nice.
You did. You did shrooms and you banged slaws. Good. Okay. Good.
So but then I saw on the board above me that they've got this new salad, and it was like oh what's this salad? So I had a little look into it, read the ingredients, and it was known as a veggie romesco.
Like Italian-y salad. Okay.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Is that what romesco? I think I've seen that.
Well, I've never heard of. I've never heard of a romesco salad or sauce or whatever. But it said.
Was there a picture of it up?
Yeah.
So the picture sold it to you, basically.
The picture sold it to me, and also what was also inside. I think it was the vegan romesco, but it was basically everything about it was just like, yeah, this looks good. I think I might just go for this because it's you're thinking salad, it's a big bowl, let's do it. My God, it was just a lot of lettuce leaves. It was it was grains of quinoa at the bottom. The sauce, there was no sauce. There was charred broccoli in it as well, but there was about 3 bits of charred broccoli. There was about 4 pieces of red pepper, and that was it, and a few olives. And I thought it was so dry, and not even a horse would eat this.
That needs to be covered in like a creamy sort of Caesary style.
Yeah.
Did they forget, Kedge? Did you go back and ask them? Was there meant to be like a dressing on this?
Honestly, in my head, all I could see was me going in there and shouting, "This is the worst salad ever! No one bite!" And I thought, no, you can't do that.
But I mean, if you think you're missing an ingredient, the dressing, you should have asked them about it, no?
Well, I think that this is the thing. I think there was dressing on it, but it was just not enough. Anyway, it's the worst one. So if you're a vegetarian or vegan, don't make that mistake. I just thought it's a public service announcement, just saving you £7.
You know what? This is dangerous though, right? Because the podcast gives us a space to go, there's shit. No,
but we pick it up when it's great.
It's event. It's event because I love it because you go places and you go, all you want is a nice look. That salad could be amazing. Charred broccoli, loads of peppers, olives, maybe I'd put in bits of feta, some red onion, and then I'd drizzle it with a vinaigrette. That should have like a olive oil, sharp vinaigrette, and I'd have that kind of thing with over big lettuce leaves, like nice big chunky leaves. Beautiful. Obviously, personally, I'd have a bit of
it just didn't work. I think it's new on the menu. It didn't work. No. So, back to the drawing board, lads. Anyway, that was the start of that day, but it ended better because I was invited to a press screening as well. So it was a press screening for this new film.
What Korean Filipino film was it?
No. This is actually an English film, and it's called The Salt Path.
Okay. Sounds great. I'll be honest. This is the week that Mission Impossible came out.
Yeah,
and when you said press screening, I thought, wicked. I bet you went to Mission Impossible.
And Final Destination was last week, and Karate Kid's coming out in a couple of days as well. It's all happening.
Right. So with all that going wrong,
what the hell is the South Pot?
You went and saw Loon Lane. That's what you went and saw.
Loon Lane, basically with all the loons. So it's a memoir basically of this couple. True story. Gillian Anderson and Jason Isaac. They're a couple.
We've lost Satch, ladies and gentlemen. We've lost Satch already. So I can just tell.
No, wait. Give me a chance. So it's a story of a couple who lose everything, their house, and they get kicked out. And the wife decides, I know what, let's go on a walk on the Salt Path, which is that whole sort of walk along the sort of coast of Cornwall. And they're just walking with literally no money, and they're living in a tent.
Satch has been laughing all throughout Kedge's description quietly. I'm just pointing out to everybody at home while Kedge is going, they've lost everything. Satch's shoulders are going up and down like Muttley in Catch the Pigeon. Do something. He's just giggling away.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a kind of heartfelt film, Kedge.
It's a very emotional film, and it's like it's not in the top 10 yet of the world box office. But it doesn't. It's but it's not releasing until the 30th. So I've had once again for the Brownload people, I'm doing this so that they know what it's about. But it was a lovely film. 2 hours long. You see the couple going through the trials and tribulations of not having a house and living in a tent, and it's horrible and blah blah blah. A little bit long. Also, everyone in that press. I was the youngest person in that press screening. I think the average age of everyone in that press screening was 65 plus. Right. That's why I'm just as well. I took my dad.
So how did that come up? You went, hey dad, there's a really lovely film about a family that lose everything and just go looking for salt.
Well, yeah, but we saw the trailer actually earlier in the year, and it was like, oh, that seems like a nice film. But yeah, it was okay. It's a nice film, but maybe not. You don't have to go to cinema to watch it. I think it's a good one to watch. It was made by the BBC, so it could have just been it could have been a 3-parter. To be fair, it could have been just a 3-parter on Sunday night.
Yeah.
For the BBC, but Gillian Anderson is brilliant in it, so it is worth a watch for that.
Even though you look, Satch, what's your favourite film ever? Just a great film.
Oh,
Fast and Furious.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, right? how long is it? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Kedge has pointed out this was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
That means he looked at his watch and thought, holy shit.
I tell you, there was no kana bagana in that because it was a small screening thing. So I had hid popcorn in my bag and I had to eat popcorn so quietly and softly. It was so tragic. And he was like, my dad was drinking his milkshake on the sly as well. It was just like, it was very difficult to go to.
Did you not smuggle food in?
Oh yeah.
But why didn't you just get it from there?
No, there was nothing there. There was nothing there.
In a cinema?
No, it wasn't a cinema. It was like a screenings room things. You know, one of those posh little places.
All right, okay.
Little media room.
The media room.
It's like having a cinema room at home.
That's it.
If you did have a bit of a glam sham room, it's like that.
Yeah, but you know, like while you guys were, you know, sort of double dating out in Dubai, I sort of found a double dater to date with on Friday as well, and so I found our brother Jags. And me and him were out on the balcony and we were working as well, doing
out
events.
On the balcony. What were you doing out on the balcony?
Yeah, we were out on the work balcony, 14th floor, above central London.
Cleaning the windows. Cleaning the windows.
No, Jags was DJing. And,
you dangling your bits over the edge of the balcony. Did you do that? Because
I don't know what Jags was doing. There was times where you did go missing.
Big climax. I bet
do you know what I mean?
I bet
do you know what I mean? And the funny thing is, people actually think his surname is Climax. That's hilarious.
Who thinks that?
People at Virgin Radio think their surname is actually Climax.
Hello, Mr. Climax.
Yeah.
I put him down as Jags Climax in you know when you have to sign him in. I love it.
Yeah, brilliant.
It was a live event, and you know what? It's a great space because we had the Kooks. I don't know if you're familiar with the Kooks, the band. But they were performing. That's a good impression. But so they were playing live. It looks incredible. And you know what I was thinking, guys? I was thinking, maybe I reckon I can get that spot. I reckon we should do something.
Here we
go.
Here we go.
What?
We go.
Like, I don't know, but
This is in the Virgin building, Virgin Radio buildings.
Well, it's the news broadcasting building.
The news building. So they do. There's lots of media out of there.
Yeah.
But which Virgin is part of. But you could get the balcony area on the 14th floor. Oh, because I saw the videos that you posted or Virgin had posted.
Yeah,
of the Kooks, and the Kooks are great. And there was a big surge of people there. It was a lovely crowd. It was a sunny day. It did look amazing.
Yeah.
So that space, you're saying you should do a Desi event up there.
He wants to do the highest garba in the world.
Oh no, but it's not. It's too long. You need a bit more space to do the.
But we could have a long skinny one.
Oh, we could do a long skinny, yeah. No, I was thinking more like a party rave. I don't know, something that we can do, us three between us. You know, I think there's something there. Let's think. Let's chat offline. Shall we take that?
Fine.
We'll add it. Hang on. We'll put it in the pile of ideas with like your garage brunch and all of that. We'll just
this one could be happening.
We'll put it at the top of it. The pile.
I tell you what though, again, you know, we always say this. There's only two DJs that I'll trust: Jags and Sach. Jags, he just, you know, like some DJs just know how to read the room. He had everyone dancing like hooligans. Do you know, like it's incredible to have that power, but just everyone was going up and just like absolutely dancing like nutters.
Only Kedge would sell it like that. Oh, it's brilliant. Everybody was like hooligans. And that's his worst nightmare. Like everyone's like throwing pints everywhere. But that's the kind of music. It's kind of that fun, festival-y.
Well, no, because then he switched it and he was doing dancehall, he was doing garage, and everyone loving it.
Lovely. Okay. That's good.
That's good. So good weekend all round.
So while Kedge was sort of discovering a new salad that he didn't like, I discovered something new in Dubai while I was here this time as well, and I was actually telling Tommy about it, and he couldn't stop laughing because he was just like, "What?"
What did you?
I went to the barbers out here, and you know, I go quite regularly. I even showed Tommy. I was like, "Oh, there's my barber. We're in the mall," and this time I forgot my nose trimmer. To get, you know, to trim the nose hairs. I forgot it at home. So I was just like, oh man, what do I do? I'm at the barber's now.
Is this just accepted? Should everybody be trimming their nose hairs? I mean, do you do yours, Kedge?
They're hanging out.
If they're hanging out, you have to, yeah.
But mine don't hang out.
Well, that's fine.
I've never done mine.
Some people have hangers, some people don't.
Have I got a bald nose as well as a bald head inside?
Maybe we should inspect it.
Maybe. I mean, you should be having hair in your nose. Otherwise, it's like you're getting a lot of bakwas in your thing, which probably explains why your throat and all of that.
And to be fair, do you know what? This is the. I was like, what do I do? I ain't got a trimmer. I saw someone next to me getting, do you know, the wax thing done, Kedge? Where they put the wax up.
I didn't know about this.
With a cotton bud.
I've not actually seen it happen. I know people
So talk us through the process, Sach. What do they do?
So basically, I said to him, look, I need to. He was telling me, he goes, do you want to do your nose, brother? And I was like, yeah, go on then. And he goes, I wax it. I was like, okay, cool. So then he came over with the hot wax. It was like in a little tub thing, and it was quite, because it was really hot. So he was really careful with it. He put it down. Then he got two cotton buds out, and he started like wangling the wax on the cotton bud, and it was like sort of getting colder. So you can't obviously shove it up there when it's so hot. So it cooled down a bit. Then he put it up, both nostrils, couldn't breathe.
Same time.
What, same time.
Same time.
DP,
so
double penetration.
Yeah. And to be fair, it wasn't just one cotton bud in it. So like the other side had two. So it's like a double cotton bud, and then he whacked it in. And then I was just like, I've never had this done, so I don't know what this is gonna feel like. What's gonna happen? Is my nose gonna fall off? Is it going to get stuck inside me? All these questions go through your head. So I sat there, and then he grabbed it, and I was like, what would you do? I just had to brace and be like, fine, it is what it is. Yank!
What? Oh, so it's sticking to your nose inside, and then he yanks, oh my
yanks out.
God.
Honestly, boys,
Bro.
the stuff that came out, unbelievable. I swear I've lost stuff.
Out?
I've lost stuff up there. And do you know it all came out?
Parts
I was just
of your brain?
Incredible. And do you know what? So then I was just like, I feel like I've got a new nose now, walking around, the mall, and I was just like, this is different. Bro, I could smell in 4K.
That's what he said. He goes, bruv, I could smell everything.
I can smell. I was like, I've never been able to do that. Like, it's just.
I mean, I reckon there's a lot of men who probably get this done here in the UK.
Kedge, honestly, Kedge, you need to do this. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. I was like, I need to find someone who does it in the UK now, because that was, but my hole has got no hairs in it.
He's clean, honestly. He said it was funny because he goes, bruv, I could smell everything. It was like it's Spider-Man when Spider-Man gets his senses and he can hear everything, right? And it was like Sach senses, right? It's not Spidey senses, Sachi senses. And he was like, I can smell everything. I mean, it's almost like he was going, wait, shh, someone's in trouble. We got to go rescue them. It's like that. He became like a superhero. But I think that's why we had all that food, because he was just like, yeah, that smells great.
I'm telling you, please, both of you, if you ever go to like the barbers or the whatever somewhere that does this, please give it a go, because I'm telling you, it'll change your life.
Uncomfortable just thinking about it.
Yeah, nice. I mean, Kedge, with you, we've got to put how much wax has got to go up your nose.
That's true.
Anyway, pour the whole thing in like with the bucket.
Yeah.
Wax on, wax off. Full on.
And it won't be a cotton bud, it'll be a shovel that's going in there to pull it out.
Well, maybe.
Pogo stick.
Guys.
But sorry, I want to mention something. I want to mention something that we briefly touched upon. Well, when you mentioned the BBC earlier, I wanted to just mention it because there's been big news of Gary Lineker, and I thought it's only right, seeing as he's having to sort of step down from the BBC, which I can relate with. Funnily enough,
can you?
I just thought, as football fans, what does that mean to you? Because I feel a certain kind of way about it. Of course I do. But Gary Lineker, if you don't know, the broadcaster for Match of the Day, the England football legend, the Tottenham football legend, has been hosting Match of the Day. How many years have you been doing that?
About 15 years? Forever, yeah.
No, but Des Lynam has been doing it forever.
No. I think Gary Lineker's outdone him.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah. I think so.
Okay, well, he stepped down because he reshared a post. And on that post, there was an emoji that was anti-Semitic. He has said he didn't see that emoji. He was sharing the post because it had some information on it or whatever it had, like about the story of what's going on with all the war conflict and Israel and everything else. And he was saying he reshared it for that information, but he didn't see the emoji. And for that, he regrets it. But then off the back of that, this is the bit I'm trying to get my head around. Off the back of an emoji, he's stepping down from his job where he's been for decades. I don't
25 years.
Huh?
25 years.
Yeah.
25 years. And I know, there'll be people listening saying, no, Tommy, you don't realise that emoji represents this. I get it. I get what it represents.
For sure.
To some extent. And I'm not taking anything away from that. What I'm saying is he didn't see it. He's saying he didn't see it. But, but I think it's just interesting that a man's career comes to an end after everything he's done, he scored that hat trick, in the football. Did you watch the documentary with Amal Rajan and interviewing him about all of his views and all of that, right? So he did all those things. He had all those achievements, and obviously that documentary went out, and he's been saying things like, maybe the BBC don't want me there, and I can relate with that. You suddenly get this feeling like, oh, you want me to just go? Like, I'm telling you, I don't think these things. I don't feel these things. I never said these things. Nope. They're just not having it. They've made their mind up. This is what you are. So I think he did, in a way, I'm going to say, he did what I wasn't willing to do. Step down. Because they said to me, step down. I said, why? I don't think I should. I haven't done anything. I haven't said anything. No one's offended. No one's complained. What's the issue? So it's a weird one to hear, and I think, and then literally I'm sitting here kind of shaking my head, rolling my eyes a little bit, kind of going, Gary Lineker's career at the BBC has ended over his thoughts, beliefs on political matters, and accidentally, in his opinion, sharing something which is a negative emoji. It's just, doesn't that feel a bit like technology? And even like for us, because I was thinking about this going, our careers ended at the BBC because of a WhatsApp group, a chitter-chatter group. Something which is, like if you look at
but also it was that someone had. The thing here is the difference. Ours is even worse because it was someone went in and actively wanted to do a number.
Yeah.
Whereas
screenshot in a private group, not public.
But what I'm saying is these are actions that the people are doing on their own in a public forum. So do you see what I mean? Like since we've left, there have been other people who have shared stuff which are way worse than what Gary Lineker have done from the Asian network.
And
retweeted and carried on as normal, and no one's raised an eyebrow.
Yeah, but I really think there's a thing that if you get, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, but if you get to a certain height of career, then they'll come and get you. If you're not at that height, it doesn't matter.
Because if you're just Jaltu Faltu, no one cares.
And I remember I said to the Daily Mail reporter, I said, I don't know why you're making a thing of it. I said, I've not said anything, and I'm not, this is nothing really to do with me. And they went, and I said to her, I said, and who am I anyway? I said, I'm just an Asian broadcaster in the, in the British Asian scene. She goes, well, you're a bit more than that. You're on the one. She knew my whole CV. You're on the One Show. You're on Radio 2. I was like, oh wow. So that's it. That's worthy.
Like, I am actually quite a big deal, isn't I?
Yeah, right. We are a big deal. Yeah, but we have the most listened to Asian radio show in the country.
Yeah, no, of course. But do you know what? Forget all about that. We're out in Dubai doing our own quiz night, and I'm sure Gary Lineker will be picked up by Sky. He'll be picked up by Sky, TNT, Amazon, one of these lot, and they'll be like, right, come and do
Brownload to do a quiz in Dubai.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Do you think predictions, please, from you? You're more football people. Will Ian Wright and Alan Shearer go with him? Will it be a bit like a Clarkson?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, they've got their own podcast anyway, which that's not related to the BBC, which is brilliant. So
that's some Shearer and Mika Richards. But I think knowing Wrighty, he's the kind of person that will stick by his mate, which is
have I told you that Ian Wright? Sorry, because I was working with Ian Wright 20 odd years ago. I was making the music to a show called I'd Do Anything. You like this? I had to produce the theme music to the show, and the show is like I'd Do Anything. You go on the show where you do something for your loved one. You do something like really nasty or horrible or scary or whatever, so that the other half or your friend or family member can have an amazing prize, reward or treat. So it's like you're sacrificing your own.
No, I think I remember that show.
Yeah, right. And they wanted I'd Do Anything for you, they wanted that remixed, and I did it on a garage vibe. It was like I do
two-step.
It was a good little remix, but unfortunately at the same time Jay-Z had It's a Hard Knock Live, which was a lot bigger. Anyway, so but Ian said to me and goes, Tommy, because I was about to start in media and radio, and he goes, but listen, if you're going to go on the radio, he goes, what are you even about? Like, make sure you stand for something. Make sure you say something. Make sure you hold your ground. And that was his advice 20 odd years ago. So I think there will be an exodus where everyone's movement for the people.
Reshuffle.
Yeah, they're gonna go. Watch.
Let's see.
So there's lots going on in TV land and BBC land and media land over here.
Lovely. And also over here in the UK, Tesco are making moves as well. And I think they might be infiltrating the Desi wedding space, because I think they've come up with a brilliant idea. That
Desi what? They're doing catering? Sorting out mandaps? I don't know. What is it?
No. But they are setting up.
That's a good a value mandap. Everyday essentials mandap.
Oh, yeah. And then you can get a club card deal on it.
That is brilliant.
Pop-up mandap.
Brilliant.
And with a club card.
Yeah, exactly. I think Tesco's value mandap, because it's about $3,000 for one, so you might as well go and get the one for 30 quid.
Yeah, true.
And
brilliant.
If you want the discounted one on the club card, it's just blue, white, and red. I mean, that's
it.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. But yeah, no, they're launching a wedding gift registry service. So this is now featuring items such as bin liners, toilet roll, because what they're saying is they found couples are preferring practical items rather than extravagant gifts. So what you can do is you can get a £63 Tesco really useful stuff wedding gift package, which includes 5 packs of 12 rolls of their own luxury toilet paper. You got 2 tubes of toothpaste. You got kitchen towels. You got antibacterial hand wash, shower products. All of that kind of stuff. You've got a £39 I Love Brew gift. It contains 6 months worth of tea and biscuits.
Ooh.
I mean, this is incredible.
This feels like a bit like what was the story that we did a few weeks ago about girls putting up like their wish list.
The Amazon thing. Yeah,
the Amazon wish list.
This is another kind of. This is a wedding list now.
But because wedding gift lists have always existed, haven't they? John Lewis, people have done it from John Lewis and whatever, blah blah blah. And, you have places. Fancy places, but you do a range from say a £5 to whatever £100, blah blah blah. But Tesco have got 6 of these bundles that are available. And you can use it as part of your wedding day, they've done a lot of research into it, and they said that 88% of newlyweds they rather prefer practical gifts, and I just think what, brilliant, but again, as this is it's so expensive getting the masala dabba, right, with all the little bits in it. That is a really expensive gift, and I think they should add things like that into it as well.
Is it expensive?
Yeah, it's expensive, mate.
What?
Depends where you go. Yeah, it depends where you go.
A really small one can be about 16, 17 quid.
Okay, like a nice one. Like a nice little steel one.
Yeah, but if you want a slightly bigger one, you're going into the 20, 30 quid, mate.
That's not really expensive, is it?
It is for what it is.
I'll tell you what they should do as well then, right? They should have the gift list on there.
Yeah.
And then, so not only do you buy the person presents, but you give them the club card points from that purchase as well.
Oh, that's a great shout. So the club card points as well.
Get it, and then you can obviously convert it to air miles. That might go towards their honeymoon.
But we should be working for the marketing team for Tesco.
And not only that, by the way, if Tesco's really got onto the Asian wedding thing and know that it's I forget how many billions it's worth, but the Asian wedding scene in the UK alone is it's definitely in the hundreds of millions. And I remember someone saying it's over £1 billion, or maybe that was the restaurant scene. But either way, big business. If they did that, imagine all that traffic going through Tesco's to get all your like in the seasonal aisle, like you say. I mean, I'm trying to think. I only know Punjabi weddings. Like when you do the we do like a rangoli thing on the floor when you do your maya. We do your you rub the yellow paste over you for your skin and all that. Do you do that as part of the wedding as well?
Haldi, yeah.
Right?
Smack them on the face.
Yeah. So imagine like you can buy all the packs of powders from there.
Perfect.
Right? And you can buy the little fatty board thing that you sit on, or maybe stencils or patterns.
What you're saying, you want to turn Tesco into a pop-up store?
No, I think Boppert and Tesco need to join forces, basically.
Really? I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure they're on the. Yeah.
BB and Sons and Tesco, because this is the thing that they're not doing is we need to collab more.
Yeah.
But they don't want to collaborate with flipping Mr. Patel in his corner shop in that's Wembley,
how
selling masala
the thing is, it's all well and good. Like we all need toilet paper. I get that, right? But where it comes to like say the gift, the £39 for the I Love Brew gift, which gives you tea and biscuits. That's all well and good, but actually what we really need is we need chai masala, we need ginger, we need, do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is you get the actual chai, the sort of container to cook the chai in. They need to do a mix and match of all the different bits and pieces. together, and that's why Weeby and Sons and Tesco need to work together. I think Tesco need to work with the Desis, and they always forget us. But
for your present, Kedge, or when when it's your birthday, I'm gonna get you a gift card from VB and Sons if they have one. I don't think they do.
That is the dream.
I don't think they do, bruv.
Make it happen.
You know
They've still got the old school till that you put the numbers in
with the receipt paper coming out of it.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think they've got the facility for a gift card.
The new
someone
system.
should make gift cards that are acceptable in all Asian stores. That is an idea. That's universal to Asian stores.
You can use these. You can use these on sesame snaps, your coriander, your chilies.
But but like all Asian restaurant shops have to accept this Desi Pindu card, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Pindu Express. I don't know.
Like what they call it Amazon Fresh. So this could be Desi Fresh.
Yeah,
Bunch of fresh.
Bunch of there you go. Okay, ideas galore. I love it. But what have you learnt this week? What are your little wisdom bits of knowledge to share with the masses? Can I go first? Because mine just happened just now. And that was I actually went to go and get the car washed at 2:30. We've been recording this. We started recording at 3:00 this afternoon. Yeah. And I thought, 2:30. Have I got time to quickly clean the car? 15 minutes. Got there, big line of cars. I was like, no, I'm not going to have time. But I do need to get the AdBlue.
AdBlue. What a palaver.
Right. Now, AdBlue on my thing, it says replace urea. Right? So you know the AdBlue thing. You know this is not the thing I learned because I've known this for a while. So I'm sure we said this.
Replace urea.
UREA. Urea.
Oh. Not urea.
Urea is low when it's sagging, but urea is low. The AdBlue is called urea. That's what it is.
Which is
it's got urine in it. You know AdBlue.
Yeah, well, that's why it's urea. Urea is the word for
Oh,
because
they're saying add piss.
Well, part of it is piss. And I remember when I bought my car years ago, brand new, and it was like, oh yeah, this is the AdBlue. I didn't know what it was. I'm talking about 8, 9, 10 years ago, and I went, what's that? And he went, well, actually, it's pig piss, right? And
they charge a lot of money for it as well,
right? It was £25 for my 10 litres from a petrol station, right? There you go. Give me that as part of a wedding gift pack set, Tesco, And so it's got piss in it because effectively that combination with whatever else goes into the AdBlue makes the petrol more effective. It makes your car more economic. But that's not the thing I learned. I already knew that. I knew that for a couple of years. However, part 2 of that is I'm filling it up, but where I'm filling it up at my petrol pump, I've just put the petrol in, paid for it, got the AdBlue, filling it up. Cars have come behind me, but they can't get around me now because I've taken up that. It's quite narrow. Between the petrol pump and the pavement. Yeah. So they're just waiting. So I'm putting in the AdBlue. And I did think for a minute, should I move my car out the way?
Absolutely should have. You're that irritating bloke.
But I'm not dossing. I'm putting in something. I'm doing
but still you should have.
But Tommy.
The space in front of me was used by the car wash that's done in the car park. So there wasn't really a space there. I'd have to probably go round and park round the corner and then do it. But quite frankly, I wasn't willing to do that. I was like, no, I'm here. I'm putting my petrol, paying money.
This reminds me of when the guy goes in to pay for petrol at Tesco and then he's doing his shopping in there and he's left. So you're waiting behind him and he's come out with 4 bags of shopping and it's like, bruv, you could have just moved your car to the side.
Move your car in it. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
So other people can use the pump.
That's different, but I'll be honest, I was a bit hesitant. I was unsure. Should I do it here? Should I not? Started doing it. Oh God! But while I'm filling it up, this massive 10-litre thing, it's going. It's pouring in slowly, and then it's pulling back, like it's not flowing. And I didn't understand the science. I'm like, why isn't this pouring out of this big dubby through the nozzle into the car? Are you smirking because you already know the science now? Because I googled it.
I can't believe you didn't know this science, Tom.
Go on. Go on.
It's got a bendy pipe, so you bend it to create less of an airlock, and then it pours. So I did 5 litres as wood.
My guy was there for ages.
I'm looking around.
How annoyed are you, Tom, Sach, if you're behind him?
Right.
No. Honestly. I'd have put that pipe somewhere. And it wouldn't have been in the nozzle.
And you wouldn't have bent it. It would have been straight.
Right.
Yeah. But it wasn't. How annoyed would you have been? How annoyed would you have been if you were one of the 5 cars that were now building up behind me?
God,
So much so because I'm near the pavement side of the petrol pump.
Stop,
The cars
please,
are like now
stop,
pulling up on
stop.
the road, like on the pavement. They can't even get in because there's people waiting to get into
I
my
hope
bit.
they were swearing at you.
No, I looked round and I mouthed to the guy behind me. I went, "I'm sorry,
oh, boy."
I'm sorry," like that. And he mouthed back, "Don't worry, don't worry," like that.
Yeah.
And I was
I saw your nozzle. It was straight.
Your bendy nozzle. But then basically, and then as soon as I bent the nozzle, it just went. I was like, "Oh shh!" And then I googled it, and it said basically, I'm not going to bore you with the science, but it's airlock stuff, and it stops, creates less of a vacuum, and then allows the liquid to flow in. So if you got to do your AdBlue, bend your nozzle. It flows in a lot easier. And I know you're going to go, you should have known that. You're like your typical patronising toxic men. I hate that shit, right? I reckon there's a lot of people that won't know that. So for those people, that's for you.
Okay, fine. My one is and this was a great one actually, and I discovered it. It's to do with bell peppers, or like you'll get your green peppers that are not the chili ones, but
The big ones.
Yeah,
The ones you got in your Romosco salad.
them ones, right? So the capsicum. I didn't know that next time, do this little experiment when you go into Tesco or wherever you buy your vegetables from, right?
Tesco's plug. You want a little backhander?
I don't know. I wish I was. But the bottom of green peppers, they either grow with 3 lobes on the bottom or 4 lobes.
Oh, like the little...
so if you turn them upside down...
bits. Like
not
the
stumpy,
section.
but the sections. If you turn them upside down, they either got 3 or 4.
Okay.
So there is a difference. If they've got 3 lobes, then they're going to be less sweet and they're better for cooking, like grilling and that kind of stuff. So maybe your if you're going to do it with your kebabs or whatever, it's that kind of one that you need, the 3 lobes one. But the 4 lobes one means that it's sweeter. So that's better for eating raw, like in salads.
Bro,
that's the difference.
I'd say that's one of the best ones you've ever done. I love that.
Honestly, I've been since then. I've been checking every single pepper I've been getting.
You've been bending peppers over and just checking them out from behind.
Bending them over to see how many lobes they've got, 3 or 4. Ooh, 3 for less sweet, 4 for sweet.
Yeah, sweet one's going in straight.
There we go. Give that a go.
So the 3 you cook with, grill with.
Yeah.
The 4 are sweeter, so better raw. You'll enjoy it more.
Raw.
Yeah, lovely. I like that.
Love that.
So it's
that
funny.
Better be right, Kedge.
That
better be right.
If that's nonsense, I'll be so upset.
It's right. It's right.
That is big. That is big news for all people like me who love cooking.
Exactly. There you go. That's why I'm saying, because for people we love cooking, we are going to love this.
Kedge has got his pepper out, and I'm going to get my kebab out, because the thing I learned this week is about, Tommy, the shami kebab. What's a shami kebab? You know what it is?
Shami kebab.
Well, it's a type of...
it's not a sheet kebab, but the shami kebab is like grounded sort of meat. Yeah, mince. So it's not like your actual mince that's like you get in a sheet kebab, where it's a bit more sort of textured and, do you know what I mean? Like a bit harder. Yeah. The reason why the shami kebab was invented is because of a king in Lucknow.
Oh.
A king in Lucknow had a toothache. So the chef goes, he loves his kebabs. That's the only way he's going to be able to do it. Grind up the meat and make a shami kebab.
Ah.
Brilliant.
What, the king's name was Shami?
No, it was just that it was just called that, but he couldn't eat a regular kebab.
The king had a bit of a lisp, and he was telling the chef how tasty it was. He goes, "Oh, this is so shami. This is shami for me. Shami kebab. Oh, shami,
that's brilliant. The shami kebab came because of a flipping toothache. Brilliant.
Wow.
Love to, because that's like the Earl of Sandwich. That's why they call it a sandwich, because the Earl of Sandwich was playing cards with his mates, and he used to get out breads and meats and stuff. But because they were playing cards, he just slapped the meat between the 2 breads. And then all of his mates just start calling it, "Oh, we're having a sandwich. We're gonna it's like having a sandu, having a kedge. Where, that's how.
That's like having a Frankie, isn't that along the same sort of things? Yeah.
I don't know what. Yes, the I've only just come to the world of Frankies as well, so that's the new thing for me. But yeah, I love that. I love the evolution of food like that. No, I'll be honest. Your 2 were good ones today. Those are good. I like that.
Ooh. Yours was about.
Well, it just sets it up nicely for this weekend, because I'm gonna have to now pull out another great one for the Sunday live show.
Yeah, you put your great one away, mate.
The Sunday live show, for people that don't know, is going down in Harrow. There might be tickets left by the time the podcast comes out. There might not. I think there's only about 20, 30 tickets left, something like that. So get on it. It's a lovely little studio room in Harrow Art Centre. Sunday night. What's the date on Sunday night? What is that?
The 25th, I believe.
Sunday is the
25th of May. 25th of May, 2025.
6 p.m.
Okay, yeah, 6 o'clock. And then just, we are doing a Bollywood Time Machine straight after it, which you're welcome to stay for as well. But I would rather all these Brownloaders come to and listen to us. It's only a tenner. It's a tenner for about an hour and a half. It'll be the whole thing.
Bank holiday Sunday.
On a Sunday night, 6 o'clock. You can have a little lunch beforehand. I always think it works well. You're done by 7:30. Go home, have your kana fazana. Happy days. Or stay on and watch the show, have a few drinks, and enjoy the whole evening. I'll be staying on for Bollywood Time Machine.
I think what you should do is come to the Brownload podcast and then go to Time Machine, have a little night out there, and then come to where I'm DJing down the road because it's a Sunday night. I'm DJing at Tomorrow Lounge at night.
Tomorrow Lounge,
great party. The party's popping off.
And I think, Kedge, you like the paneer there. I feel like you've gone on about the paneer at Tomorrow Lounge. Was it Namaste Lounge?
No, Namaste Lounge. But it's good.
It's similar.
It's great there.
Similar,
Yeah. Well, there you go, done. That's your Sunday evening. We'll be there. And by the way, on Monday, I go away. I'm going away on holiday just for 5-6 days again. I know, don't ask. So we're going to be another online one next week. But
no, I don't think it is because we're going to put out Sunday next week.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, yeah, cool.
So
we've got the live. Yeah, great.
Good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Oh, even better. I get to enjoy the holiday and not have to kind of wait on a laptop in a hotel resort somewhere, which is what I normally have to do. So this is perfect. So listen, Sunday night, let's do it in style because that's my for me, that's just that's holiday eve, So I'm going for it. I'm having fun. And we'll have a laugh. We've done Dubai with Sach. The fact that all three of us are going to be together in Harrow, up the road from Kedge, his old stomping ground. All of his ex-girlfriends and boyfriends will be there from his boys' school.
Yeah.
So it'll be a reunion. You might even see people that look like Kedge and oh, these are your long lost kids, Kedge, that you didn't know you had 20 odd years ago, and now they're all grown up to be reunited.
And to be fair, this is going out to all the people that when we do the one in London, because we always do it around sort of September time. People always say
King's
to us,
Place.
"Oh, why don't you come to us? Come to Wembley. Come to Harrow. Come to West London." We're in your area this time, so you ain't got to trek it into central London. We're on your doorstep. And we know that you're listening, Harrow. Trust me.
Yeah, Harrow to you. So we'll see you there. Sunday night, 25th. Tickets, where do they get the tickets from, Sach?
Love Entertainment, that's love with a U, L-U-V, entertainment.co.uk. Hit all events and then just scroll down to the 25th, Sunday 25th, and you'll see a banner of Tommy's Brownload there.
It's
also a link on our Instagram profile as well.
There is,
Perfect. There you go. Loads of ways. So you can just see the Brownload Instagram. You'll see it there as well. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to have a laugh.
And you know what? To be fair, I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't think we're going to do another one until September, maybe, like in London, because we have the big one in September. So
we've got the big one coming up soon.
Come down if you're local.
And the summer's going to be very, very busy. Obviously, Sach, you're going to get into all your DJing and season.
Mate, I'm back this Thursday. This weekend, I just counting. I think I got 5 events in 3 days or something like that.
It's going to be crazy. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy summer. Kedge is going to be on balconies, dangling his bits and bots around with Jack's Climax. I'm doing shows all over the place. So, so let's do it. Let's have a little... This is almost like... This marks the start of the summer in a way.
I think so.
End of May, bank holiday weekend. Let's go.
That's it.
Let's have it. So, okay, Sunday night, we'll see you there. Grab your tickets, please, before it's too late. Bring a double. And actually, I'm going to say this, right? Because particularly if you're a lady listening, and I'll tell you why I say that with a husband, because we get so many messages from guys who say to me, man, they love the podcast because it's like their boys. We're like their friends. And they miss the kind of chat and the banter that they can have, or maybe they don't get time to have. So this is really for those who might be kind of wanting a bit of that in their life, or who don't listen at the moment, or who you feel like maybe are going through a bit of a thing at the moment and kind of doing a bit of cheering up. I promise you will leave that room happier than when you came in. And that is virtually a guarantee, if I can be so bold as to say so. So honestly, come along. Let us change your mood. Let you see us do this live, and you'll see us how we actually do it. If you do listen all the time, Harrow, we can't wait to be there.
Also, I'm going to add, if you do want to come and you haven't got anyone to come with you, it's fine, because we've noticed that there's a lot of people who just come on their own and then they just start making friends in the crowd, because it is all one big happy family. So even if you come alone, no one's judging you. Come along. There's loads of people who did come on their own last time, and they just ended up making friends. So that is fine as well. Don't worry if you haven't got anyone to come with.
Kedge comes on his own all the time. Anyway, we'll catch you lot next week. Until then, see you later.
Layers.
Laters.